Hi, I'm Mr. Rodell, the principal here at Dennis Middle School. In this video presentation that we're going to be highlighting today is highlighting the expectations we have for everyone here at Dennis Middle School. Whether it's in the classroom, in the hallway, in the cafeteria, on the bus, at different events that we have, such as athletic events or in the auditorium, we're going to cover each of those expectations of what we expect from everyone here at Dennis Middle School. Now, our expectations center around our PAWS, the acronym PAWS. PAWS stands for, and this happens to be one of our cards here that we give the students when we see them practicing the proper parts of PAWS. PAWS is an acronym that stands for, the first part is P, is for practice respect. We want each and every one to make sure that they respect each person here at Dennis Middle School as well as the property. We want you to take care of the school as well as respect each individual that's here at Dennis. The A is for accept responsibility. It's our hope that we provide an environment here that is conducive to learning, and we need everyone to take on the responsibility that they need to do to make this place the best place for learning. The W is for work together. We need each and every person here to work together to make this the best place and most successful place that you can be at. The S is for safety matters. It's important that everybody behave in a manner here that is not only safe for yourself, but safe for each other. We have a motto here at Dennis. It's Carpe Diem. That's Latin for seize the day. We want everyone to give their personal best at all times in all situations. Every period, every day, we want you giving your personal best, nothing less. So enjoy the rest of the video as we highlight our PAWS expectations. Thank you, and remember, Carpe Diem.
Right now what I want to do is talk about before and after school behavior and some important things that you need to know. All right, the doors open here at 7:20 on the south side of the building by where the buses pick up and let off. And when you go in at 7:20, you're going to go to the gym. Breakfast is not served normally until 7:30. Okay. Now, if the weather's nice, then you can hang out outside and socialize and all that. Now, if it's raining, please go inside because we don't want you getting sick. If it's cold and you're dressed appropriately, then by all means, if you can handle the weather, then hang out and socialize. All right. Now, keep off the grass. Okay, we don't want to kill the grass by walking on it. Stay off to the sides for the kids coming in off the buses and parents dropping them off, so on and so forth. Now, no horseplay. Okay, so keep your hands to yourself. No horseplay. Period. Now, follow adults' instruction. All right, that's really important. If an adult asks you to do something, listen to them and obey what they're telling you to do. Now, as with before and after school, there is no profanity. All of the school rules and policies still apply. Okay, just because it's before school or after school does not mean you are off the hook. Until you are at home, all right, these rules apply. All right, now let's talk about dismissal. All right, now only the bus riders will come out these south side doors, okay, down here by the gym. If you are a non-bus rider, then you need to go out the front, okay? Your parents need to pick you up out front and not in the parking lot over here where the buses are going to be, okay? So please be sure to tell your parents not to pick you up in the parking lot after school as long as there are buses here, or till after 4 o'clock. Now, get your things out of your locker, okay, immediately after the last class, whether that's 6th period or 7th period. Get your things out of your locker and get out here quickly. Don't sit there and socialize because we're not going to hold the buses forever. Now, if you have trouble with your locker, okay, be sure to tell somebody, tell an adult, so that way we can hold your bus for you, all right, to make sure that you are on that bus. Now, if you're serving detention or things like that, then obviously you need to make arrangements to get home. Now, go immediately to your bus. All right, again, stay off to the sides so that way people can get to the bus. If your bus is not here yet, then stay off to the side. Go immediately to your bus so that way this area is not crowded. All right, so that way we know who needs to get on what bus, so on and so forth. Now, if you're not certain what bus that you're on, because bus numbers do change quite a bit as we've learned, if you don't know what bus you're on or you don't know what your bus number is, then talk to myself or somebody else who's out here on duty. All right, now a lot of times we don't know until the buses actually get here what bus is what. Now, again, no horseplay. All right, so again, the rules apply before and after school. Use the crosswalks over here to the east, okay, over on 7th Street. You need to walk down if you're going to your bus this way. All right, don't cut across the parking lot. You should never cut across the parking lot unless you're with an adult. And if you're going to the west here, down towards the daycare, you need to stay along the pavement here and walk around, okay? So don't cut across the parking lot whatsoever. Now, if you're a biker, okay, if you rode your bike in, or you're a skateboarder, then you need to walk those bikes or skateboards until you get off school property. So no riding skateboard or riding a bike while on school property. Behave on the bus, all right? Show your bus driver respect because you can still get in trouble, okay? And it's the right thing to do. Now, again, when you're getting off, when the buses pull up and there's people getting off, be sure to give them room, all right, to get off. You need to stand at least 5 feet back, and that's about as tall as most people are, okay, at this age level. So, again, stand 5 feet back so that way they can get on and off, okay? And if you're not a bus rider, then you need to go home immediately after school because we are responsible for you. So those are really the things that we want to tell you about dismissal and before school, okay? So again, get where you're going. If it's on the bus, get there quickly. If you're going home, get there quickly and safely. And again, all of the rules apply before and after school.
Hey, I'm Mr. Visser, and we are in the PE area. Morning expectations with intramurals. Every morning you come, okay, if you get here before 7:20, you're going to have to wait by the door. But once 7:20 hits, I stand here at the end of the hallway. I invite whoever's here to come on in. Okay, when we come in, girls sit to the left in the bleachers, guys sit to the right in the bleachers, and we have 2 games going on. We have basketball with one half of the gym. The other half of the gym, we have volleyball. You can take part, bumps at spike. I also put up a net if need be. We also, across the hall, we have breakfast is set up so you can go back and forth. But once 8 o'clock hits, okay, we need to be settled in because I'm going to dismiss everybody, girls first, guys second, to head to class. The expectations, hey, fall right in with PAWS, what we talk about, practicing respect, okay, accept responsibility, work together, and our safety obviously always matters, and that applies in the morning as well. If we do those 4 things, we'd never have a problem, and so far intramurals has gone great for the first couple trimesters.
Hi, today we're going to talk about respect in the classroom. What does it mean to be respectful in the classroom? Well, for starters, it means getting to class on time and having all your materials. That's respect for the amount of time that we have. We have a very limited amount of time to get all of this information to you, so be respectful by getting to class on time and be ready to go when the bell rings. Second, we're going to ask you to be respectful of each other. We all have to learn here. We're a community, so we need you to be respectful of each other. If you're making lots of noise, you're not being respectful to the person next to you who's trying to learn. Okay? Second, you need to be respectful of the teachers. Teachers are working really hard to get you this information, so we need you to be respectful of what they ask you to do. If they ask you to stay quiet, to raise your hand, you need to raise your hand. If you're calling out and being an interruption, again, you're disrespecting the teacher and you're also not being respectful of the other students who are trying to learn. We want you to be respectful of yourselves. Don't put yourself down. You are all incredibly smart, incredibly capable students, so be respectful of yourself. Build yourself up. Don't tear yourself down. Finally, be respectful of the property, of this building, of the books. We all have to use this building and these materials every day for years. So if you're ripping on a book or coloring in a book, That's disrespectful for the person that needs to use that next year. It's disrespectful to throw your trash on the ground. Pick up after yourself. You are here to become an adult, so be a responsible, respectful citizen. Respect the school, respect the teachers, respect each other, and you are going to have a great year. Thanks.
Bulldog expectations for the cafeteria are to be as followed. When you come down through the double doors, there's going to be 2 lines set up. You need to pick a line and stay in that line. There is no cutting in line, there is no pushing or shoving or horseplay as long as you're waiting to get your food. Once you go through, you have to be respectful to the lunch ladies that are working there. Please and thank you. Use all your manners. When you go into the cafeteria itself, you find a seat and you stay in that seat. You don't get up, you don't leave the cafeteria for any reason unless you have adults' permission. You keep your trash with you until you are dismissed to go into the next gym for intramurals. At lunch, we decide who is playing intramurals, and I will blow the whistle. We'll dismiss you to go over to the gym, and then you divide into the groups that way. Girls go to the left, guys go to the right, and you stay in the bleachers until you are dismissed to go to class. There is also no leaving the gym area unless you have a pass from a previous teacher to leave. If you don't have a pass, then you have to explain to them why you missed their detention or you didn't show up to their class. It is completely on you, and it is something that we don't take excuses for any reason down there. So once you come through the double doors, you are set for lunch until you are ready to go to your next class.
When you come to the restroom, we want you to come in the restroom. Don't be playing around. Don't be throwing things and putting things on the floor. There's a urinal in there. Come use the urinal or go into the commode, use it. Once you're done, flush the urinal or the commode. We'd like you to go to the sink and wash your hands with soap and water. Then dry your hands with either a paper towel or the automated air dryer that is in the restroom. Then, if you use the paper towel, we want you to dispose of the paper towel in the trash. We don't want you writing on the walls in the bathroom, because if you do and you get caught, you're going to be in trouble with the school. Also, prior to leaving the restroom, one of the most important things is to make sure that you wash your hands with plenty of nice, warm, soapy water. And that will help keep you safe and healthy this school year, and also keep everyone in the building safe and healthy, and we'll have a good school year. Thank you.
Right now, what I want to talk about is how to conduct yourselves in the hallway. This is really pretty simple. You should know this by now, you're 7th and 8th graders, but I'm going to give you a quick rundown of the expectations. Okay, be respectful. All right, don't say or do anything that you wouldn't want somebody doing to you. Okay, so say kind words. Keep your hands to yourselves. No running and things like that. No horseplay in the hallways. So again, say nice things. Of course, you know, profanity is not allowed at any time on school property or during school. So again, choose your words wisely. Build each other up, and have a positive attitude. All right, you don't like it when people say negative things to you, so don't say it to them. Now, as far as hallway conduct, when you're walking, say you're going this way, stay to the right. If you're going this way, stay to the right. So that way traffic flows just like on a roadway. All right. So if people are constantly bumping into each other because people don't stay to their side, then if you happen to bump into somebody, say, you know, excuse me, so on and so forth. Don't say, you know, what's your problem, or get mad about it. So again, don't walk 3 or 4 deep, especially during busy times in the hallway, because this blocks traffic. All right, go too wide at most. All right, be sensitive, be aware of coming and going, so that way you don't bump into people. Avoid it if all possible. And if you're going to talk, come off to the side of the road. Okay, you don't. 2 cars shouldn't park in the middle of the road and talk. They need to pull off to the side and talk. So should you. Now, one thing about stairwells is go up on the right side, come down on the left side. Okay, so again, that two-way process is happening there, and no rail riding. Okay, so down here on the southwest side of the building, down by the elevator, do not ride the rail in the stairwell. Now, I'll let you in on a little secret. There's a camera watching. All right, so be respectful. If an adult says something to you, follow their direction without an attitude and or back talk, because that's disrespectful and it's insubordination. So don't get mouthy with somebody, especially an adult. Now, be to class on time. All right, you guys have 4 minutes to get to class, and that is plenty of time to make it anywhere in the building in 4 minutes and use the restroom. All right, now, a lot of you waste your time talking during that 4 minutes. All right, so then you want to go to class and ask the teacher to go to the bathroom. Not a good game plan, okay? They're probably not going to let you go on a consistent basis. So use your time wisely during passing period. Now, sometimes you have to go to your locker, but a lot of you are, don't plan ahead in that, you know, okay, I have a class on the lower level here, down by the elevator, and then I have a class upstairs, so I got to go to my locker in between times. No, take your books with you for those 2 periods, so that way you can go to the restroom and make it to class on time. So use your time wisely, plan ahead. Be to class on time, all right? Every teacher has a different tardy policy. You know, if it's being in your chair or being in the room, that is up to the teacher what that tardy policy is. But when you walk in that classroom, be polite and respectful and be ready to learn, okay? Passing period is over. Talking is over, all right? So your time to talk is now over once you're inside that classroom and the bell has rung. So again, be respectful, be responsible, and get to class with a learning attitude.
Good afternoon. I'm Mel Black, counselor at Dennis Middle School, and I want to show you the office area where I and the social worker and the nurse are located. Will follow me. This is where we will come in. Officer Winburn has his office right here. The nurse has her office right here. This is my office, and over here is Mrs. Kitchen's office. What I'm going to say to you is that it's important that you knock and wait for us to let you in. Sometimes I'll give you a note like this to have a seat at the opposite end of the lobby. Just wait for me or the other counselors to get to you. If the door is closed for the nurse, make sure you knock. And she'll let you know if she's there. She's there on Wednesdays right now, all day Wednesdays. So what we'd like for you to do is to always have a pass. A pass gets you in and around the school, and it says that you're doing everything right, that you're being responsible and respectful. I'd like to make sure that it goes back and forth between the teachers, and that you go back and forth in a respectful, quiet way throughout the building. Same works with the office area. Mrs. Shenfield and Mrs. McMullen are very busy. So please wait for them to acknowledge you. Don't go blurting, hey, man, I need your help. They are very busy. So make sure that you just wait for them to say, how can I help you? If they're talking with somebody, please don't interrupt them. That's very disrespectful. Again, they should be able to give you a pass back and forth, and that's the important thing. One of the things that also we want you to remember to do is to be on time to class every day. We check your attendance, we watch for tardies. If there's going to be an unexcused absence, I want you to make sure your mom or dad call it in so it is excused. You get 48 hours for a call or a note to say that you were with your parents. If you'll notice Mrs. Kitchen is not here, you can leave notes under the door, any place in these offices. I would say make sure you get them underneath the door. There's a shortcut that you can come in, or you can go out. And I think that's probably the best advice I can give you. We're available to talk, to help you solve some of your problems with your peers, with your parents. We sometimes are just a good listening ear, and sometimes we've got really good advice. So don't hesitate to ask your teacher for a pass. They can call to see if we're available, and I'd like to make sure that you come down, even if there is no problem, and say hi. That's about it from the counseling office. Thanks for coming.
Hi, I'm Rhonda Shar, and I'm here to wrap up our video about our PAWS expectations and what's expected in the different areas of Dennis Middle School. Once again, we want to remind you that PAWS stands for Practice Respect, Accept Responsibility, Work Together, and Safety Matters. No matter where you're at, if you're in the classroom, the hallway, the restroom, the auditorium, entering the building, exiting the building, at a ball game, it's important that you show PAWS and meet the expectations of Dennis Middle School. Look around the building and you'll see charts and you'll see posters that tell us and represent and show what is expected. Use it as a visual reminder, read it if you need to, revisit what's expected if necessary, but make sure that you show and use PAWS to help you know how to behave while you're at Dennis Middle School. And also at Dennis Middle School, we like to take the opportunity to recognize students when they do follow PAWS and when they show us that they know what they're supposed to do and meet the expectations. We have from individual acknowledgments to school-wide acknowledgments, and I'd like to tell you about a couple of those right now. We have the PAWS cards like Mr. Rodell talked about, and with the PAWS card, an individual will show that they've done what they're supposed to in the class, they've respected their teacher, they've been responsible, they've brought their materials, they've worked with other students, and they've done what's appropriate and shown that safety matters, and then they can be recognized or acknowledged by that teacher. They take the PAWS card to the office, put it in a container, and get to select a small prize at that point. Then at the end of the week, we have a drawing of all the PAWS cards for that week. And we've been averaging over 100, 150 PAWS cards a week. So there's more than 150 instances in a week where students are recognized for showing what they're supposed to do. Then once a week in this big drawing, a student can get a sweatshirt, they can get a t-shirt, they could get a backpack, they can get notebooks. They get to choose what it is that they'd like in that drawing to show that they were the student that was recognized for the week. We also like to recognize the teachers that give out the PAWS cards, and they might get a candy bar or a positive note of encouragement to thank them for recognizing the students, because we appreciate the teachers to take that extra effort to show the students that, hey, thanks for doing what you're supposed to do. Then a lot of the teachers have classroom acknowledgments that within their class that they're recognizing what the students are doing, and they have goals within their class to follow the PAWS within their class and their classroom expectations. And then when the students meet those goals, then the teachers have positive incentives and activities or treats that the students as a class may earn. And this helps encourage positive behavior and meeting the expectations within that classroom. Then we also have from the administration or from the office, we might call a teacher on the intercom, and a teacher may have asked us to help them focus on tardies for that class or to focus on the students bringing their materials. So we'll call on the intercom and say, Mrs. Smith, is your class ready and prepared for the day? And Mrs. Smith will say, yes, of course, Mrs. Shar. They're prepared for the day, and so then we'll bring a random reward to that class to recognize that they've met expectations. And we try to do that randomly because it's a random reward, but just to once again show the positive and to acknowledge students for doing what's expected, just to say thank you. Then we have the school-wide acknowledgement that happens about every 2 weeks, and it's called Free Fridays. And as a school, we may target an area that's not so successful, whether it's the restrooms, whether it's a certain time of day, and it's a behavior that we'd like to target and work on as a goal. And if the entire school meets that goal, whether it's 80%, 90%, so many students not getting referrals during that time period, if as a school we meet the goal that's been set, then we will have a Free Friday, and students can choose an activity, whether it's to go play Guitar Hero, go to the library and read, play video games, go play basketball, play beach volleyball, dance in the small gym, whatever activities available for that Free Friday, the students go, choose the activity, and get an opportunity to enjoy just being a kid. And we just like to say thank you for meeting the expectations and being where you need to be, doing what you're supposed to do, and to following the PAWS, practicing respect, accepting responsibility, working together, and safety matters. Hope this has been very informative, and we know that at Dennis Middle School that you will do what's expected, and we'll get a chance to tell you thank you.